guys, welcome back. Surveillance TV here, bringing you a War Within Season 1 Mythic Plus guide for Frost Death Knights. War Within's finally here. It's very exciting. A lot of changes for us. Off the rip, we'll go right into stat priority. Not much has changed. Critical Strike still number 1. Our auto attacks give us more Killing Machine procs, which means more big damage for us. Then you go into Mastery, increasing all of our Frost damage abilities, which is pretty much everything. Then we go into Haste to get more globals inside of our Pillar of Frost windows, and then Verse after that. As always, when you're getting new gear, sim yourself to see what's going to be the best stat budget for you. Moving right into, we'll go to trinkets next. We're very lucky this season. You can get all of your BIS trinkets from dungeons. So if you're not a raider, that's great. Your first one being your Arakara Scabbrood for your stat stick. That's just your on-equip trinket that you'll have on all the time. For on use, you're either going to want to get the Mark of Cardrows from Grim the Toll, which is a big mastery increase for us on use every minute and a half. Or you're going to want to get Scammerack Shard from the Stone Vault if you can't get your hands on the other one. Again, another on use mastery trinket, really great. If you're a raider as well, Ovanax's Mercurial Egg, that's a good backup stat stick in case you can't get the Arakara Scabbrood. And the Treacherous Transmitter is a pretty decent on use you could pick up as well, but like I said, the other two on uses, I'd probably prioritize those as because you'll be getting them from dungeons as well, which is great. Moving into crafted gear, we already have 2 sparks this season, which is awesome, before the season even starts. So go ahead and craft your weapon, Crit Mastery. For your embellishment, you'll want to throw either a Darkmoon Sigil Ascension. If you're a little bit of a raider and a Mythic Pluser, it's better for raid than Mythic Plus. Or if you're just strictly Mythic Plusing, you can get the Blessed Weapon Grip on that as well. I just haven't recrafted mine yet. I still have Darkmoon Sigil Vivacity on mine, which was better earlier. But like I said, now you want to go Darkmoon Sigil Ascension, or you're going to want to go Blessed Weapon Grip. And then for my second craft, I went with the Everforged Van Braces, and you'll want a Dawn Thread Lighting on that. That'll be our BIS for keys, because we just give more crit when above 80% HP. Actually, we'll talk about tier set a little bit. Nothing crazy this season. Standard season 1 tier set. Our 2 set, Runic Power Expanding abilities deal 8% increased damage. So obviously our Frost Strikes and whatnot. And the consuming Runic Power stands to increase your strength by 10% for 8 seconds. So just a lot more strength whenever we're consuming Runic Power, which is great. Very, very baseline, easy set. Nothing you really have to worry about at all there. Moving into talents now, I guess. So the big change, obviously, for the War Within is the implementation of hero talents. Both can be viable, so don't worry about having to pick one for DPS over the other. They're both pretty good. Deathbringer has the edge a little bit in Mythic Plus. We'll start with our class tree, because that doesn't change at all. So for the class tree, kind of the big changes here at the bottom, where we have a bunch of new capstone nodes pretty much, and we take almost all of them. The only points you could play around with, again, sim yourself. You could take out Soul Reaper, potentially in keys. We haven't really had a lot of time to test it yet, but you maybe take out Soul Reaper. You could put that into the Mind Freeze Runic Power Gain. You could put that into Asphyxiate. Maybe Wraithwalk if we're Deathbringer. You could also take out the Death's Advanced Movement Speed. Maybe. I wouldn't recommend it. This is kind of the standard build I have. I'll link this down in the comments below as well. For Deathbringer specifically, this is pretty much your standard spec tree. Nothing is going to change here. You're just taking the standard Obliterate setup. I did forget to mention we are dual wielding in keys because Frost Strikes help with our tier set. And we just get more basic attack or auto attack speed with dual wielding than we do with two-hander. You could two-hand as well. Dual wield just has a slight advantage right now. You'll also notice that we aren't taking Glacial Advance because we have Arctic Assault now, where consuming a Killing Machine fires Glacial Advance through our target. So that's the only change there. Now to the fun part. Deathbringer, Reaper's Mark. Very fun ability, very cool looking. All of the animations for Deathbringer are very, very cool. You're just taking all the standard nodes here. The choice node you have, I take this one. Each rune reduces the magic damage you take by 2% and physical damage. I like that better than the Dark Pack option, personal preference. This one, you're taking the reduced cooldown Lichborn or Raised Dead all the time. Cast speed reduction maybe could have some uses, but 30% Lichborn reduction is crazy. This one, a bit of a toss-up at the moment. Haven't had time to really super test it in keys yet. I'm going to start with Wither Away, just because the second side of Exterminate, applying Frost Fever, is pretty good for keys. And this one, again, this could change, but I'm starting with Painful Death here. Just more damage, bigger a blitz. And then obviously at the bottom we have Exterminate here, which is that really cool scythe that blows out every time your Reaper's Mark explodes. Our next two Obliterates just shoot out 2 giant scythes, which you'll see in the rotation we talk about pretty shortly here. Before we swap into rotation, we'll hop over to Rider of the Apocalypse, just so you guys can see what's different there. So for Rider, the Spectre, you'll see one thing change. We don't take the Death Advance thing. So you can put that in Asphyxiate, you can put it into the Cold Thirst. You can also change Blood Draw for Runic Protection anytime you wanted to, honestly. But we don't take the Death March because obviously we have the Death Charge, where we get a 10-second horse, and you just ride around on your horse for 10 seconds. It's absolutely crazy. See how long this is? Wild. It's very fun. Besides that, Rider of the Apocalypse, obviously you're calling all the riders to your side in combat. It's wicked cool. But it doesn't really change much of your rotation outside of that. But it's still insanely fun. The only change we have on the Spectre is we take a point out of Long Winter and put it into absolute 0. Because every time we cast Frostworm's Fury, all 4 horsemen come out to aid us. So we want to cast as many Frostworm's Fury as possible. And that's pretty much it for talents, guys. Talk about rotation a little bit. So the opener, you're going to run into your pack. You're going to rip your A-Bombs limb. You're going to rip your Remorseless Winter, your Raised Dead, and then you're going to hit your Runic or Reaper's Mark, and then you're going to pop into your Pillar window. You're going to hit your Empowering Weapon in your Pillar, drop your D&D, and then start slamming your normal Pillar rotation. So what that's going to look like, we'll run in right now. A-Bomb, Remorseless, raise Reaper's Mark, and then right into our Pillar rotation. And now we're just back to weaving. Anytime you get a Killing Machine proc, that is your top priority. Even if you haven't stacked, be hitting those. When Pillar gets to almost the end of Pillar, or when packs are almost dead, you are going to rip a Frostworm's Fury right at the end to get maximum damage out of that when you have your strength buff from Pillar. I also realized I was in the tank dummies right there, so that was hurting a little bit. But now if we go to talk a little bit more in depth about our kind of core rotation once we're outside of Pillar, or once we're inside of Pillar. So like I said, not a lot has changed there, but when you're inside Pillar, all you're doing is trying to generate Killing Machine procs and spend them. And when you're in Pillar, every Frost Strike is going to be generating a Killing Machine proc. Your autos are obviously hitting them as well. So you're pretty much just hitting your Pillars, hitting your Killing Machine Obliterates, and you're hitting your Rime Howling Blasts. That's your priority. And then after that, you're Frost Striking to get more Killing Machines. So it's just Killing Machine, Killing Machine Generator, Killing Machine Generator. And you're just rotating that throughout your entire Pillar of Frost window. And that's pretty much it. Outside of that, try to keep your Remorseless Winter Everfrost stacks up. And then also keep your Unleashed Frenzy stacks up, which are those stacks right there, which give us, what is it? In total, we get, I want to say 6% strength increase. And you're just keeping that up with your Runic Power Spenders. So that should always be up. You see right there, Reaper's Mark ended. There's the little Frost Type animation. Very cool. But that's pretty much your rotation for Deathbringer. Like I said, you're just pretty much, it doesn't change much with Deathbringer. You throw in your Reaper's Mark at the beginning. You're then throwing it in pretty much on cooldown whenever your Pillar's up, because they have the same cooldown. And then your Killing Machines just launch out a 6 Scythe that does a lot of damage for you. Swapping over to Rider rotation. Like I said, the only thing that's changed here is you Frostworm's Fury at the start instead of at the end of your pillar because you get all your horsemen to come out. And then you are not Reaper's Marking at the beginning, obviously. Besides that, there's no changes to your rotation at all as Rider. I guess we have 45 seconds till Frostrim's Fury is off cooldown. But that, again, is the only change. Nothing else really in Rider changes your rotation at all. Your horsemen pretty much just come in and buff you in different ways. Morgraine obviously casts D&D at his location that follows him around. Whitemane casts Undeath that does stacking Shadowfrost damage. Trollbane casts Chains of Ice and then also blows those up. And Nazgrim just increases your strength by a percentage. And everything in the tree kind of buffs each of their abilities accordingly. Looks like our Frostrim is almost off cooldown. So your opener here will again be your A-Bomb, your Remorseless, your Raise, Pillar, hit your Dragon, and then start weaving. So now we have all 4 of our horsemen out, as you can see. They're buffing us. We're doing a lot of damage. All I'm doing is Frost Striking, Obliterating. Obliterate, Rime Howling Blast. Obliterate, Rime Howling Blast. Obliterate. So you can just see we get so many procs that you're just... Honestly, every other or every global should be a Killing Machine Obliterate inside of your pillar. And with that pretty much is all of our rotation for Frost. And all the changes we kind of have for the War Within. As far as enchants, you're going to want to go Rune of Razorwraith on your main hand, go Rune of the Fallen Crusader on your offhand. And yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. So good luck this season. Have a lot of fun. The hero talents are a lot of fun. I've been having so much fun before the season even begins. And we'll see you in Keys on Tuesday. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.